Just about 2 years ago, when I first had an opportunity to come down and visit not only our complex but some of the other facilities throughout the Dominican, and I was struck, one, by the overall inadequacy of what we had, but also the huge potential which I think all of baseball recognizes. And it's certainly one of my consistent themes in Pittsburgh has been to try to get excellent people and provide them with the tools that they need to execute and get the job done. And what I really did think that I saw were some fantastic individuals, Esteban Beltre, Yuki Rojas. Some very good people in the system, and we simply had hugely inadequate facilities and tools for them to use to develop players. Part of the reason we hadn't been bringing players out of the Dominican, as we've seen in other clubs. Critically important for the Pittsburgh Pirates to be able to bring talent into the organization in every single way that we possibly can. This is a rich hotbed of talent. It's an area where we can be competitive. It's an area where we can provide tremendous resources and create a competitive advantage. And so from that starting point to today really is transformational for our Latin American operations. I really believe this is the finest facility in the Dominican. Could not be more proud as I walk around. The attention to detail, the integration that we had between our operations staff, led by Trevor Gooby and Dennis Dupre from Pittsburgh and from Bradenton, and the great communication that they had with our baseball side, starting with Neil, working our way down throughout to make sure we had a baseball-oriented, professionally designed, professionally built site. And I'm overwhelmed with the result.
On that note, can you explain what the importance of today and this facility means for the organization going forward?
Well, I think it's just the beginning. To some degree, it's the end of a 2-year process of planning and development and creation. And what we have done is create a spectacular facility, but in so many ways our work's just getting started because the process of developing talent from anywhere in Latin America, in the Dominican, it starts at a young age. The draft is at 16-year-olds, so it's a investment in the long-term future of the franchise, because it may be 4, 5, 6 years before these players are impacting the major league club. But as we've said consistently, we need to bring talent in where we can do it efficiently. We need to look out for the long-term interest of the franchise, and so this is a long-term investment that may not help, will not help tomorrow's game. May not help next year at the major league level, but in terms of building strength within the organization, building that robust talent pool, I really believe this is a critical step that's going to be one of those important feeders for us.
You've also not only committed just to facilities like this, but you also increased the budget just to sign and get these kids into the system.
Oh, it's all three parts. It's the facility, it's the availability of budget to sign, but it's also adding bodies, increase the number of scouts in the area, will certainly increase the resources that they have here in terms of strength and conditioning. So all three of those need to come together. I've said a number of times as I've met with the staff here to reassure them that I recognize great organizations are not built with brick, they're not built with stone, they're not built with steel, they're built with great people. And so this is really just trying to provide the tool for those great people. That's where we invested first.
I would say, in terms of Rene, how important is he to this process? I mean, you're right, you have the facility, but if you don't have the right people in it, the facility doesn't do anything alone.
Yeah, I think that Rene's been very important, but in fairness to the entire organization, a great organization also doesn't have absolutely critical pieces. What it needs to have is a full, robust support team. And so as good as Rene is or as good as Frank is, Frank's only as good as Neil, and Neil's as good as Kyle and Rene and Greg. And as we build that organization strength throughout, they're going to feed on each other, they're going to be able to support each other, and building that, again, cohesive is a word we use, but one that really makes a difference. It made a huge difference in the design of this facility when we brought baseball and operations staff together to cooperate on design. So it's a baseball-centric building. I think that the same thing is going to apply throughout our scouting system, that no one person can drive it, but having the right people in the critical spots is the starting point for us to be able to move forward.